This is your experience. It's how you are viewing life. It's how you are experiencing who you are. You're experiencing how you feel. This is like the dilemma, because generally when we are struggling emotionally, what we may tend to do is first just try to ignore it, and second, try to just maybe make the best of it. And I'd like to say, like, as much as either of those could even be helpful and maybe even not helpful, that the point of all this is to realize, like, hey, hang on a second, just wait a second, just check out yourself for a second. This can be changed. This can actually be reversed. I understand that, depending on the individual, and anyone could go against it and say, no, it can't be changed, it can't be reversed, you're not me, you never will be me, stop acting like you know. And in fact, I don't know. And that is the truth. And I'm not you. And that is the truth. But I won't ever know? I'm not so sure about that. I don't think we could actually say no one will ever know. How do we know what one experiences? What one understands? What one goes through? What one accomplishes? What one fails through? What one has hard time with? What one struggles with? Nobody knows. Nobody knows individually what's one actually going through. All we can do is do our best and try to listen sometimes. Do our best and try to relate. But the bottom line is, you're no one. You're not anyone. You're you. So you got to take your life, and you got to contribute to it, because this is the problem. The only reason, now this is the only reason I need you to really listen to this. The only reason anyone, including you, is struggling emotionally with whatever you are struggling with whatever is difficult, with whatever is overpowering and consuming. It almost seems like whatever it is doesn't care about you. But the reality is, the only reason this occurs is because it got this way. It wasn't always this way. It got this way. Why did it get this way? That's another story. Maybe our lives were difficult. We didn't notice it. Maybe we did notice it. Maybe we faced things, especially very early on in life, where we didn't realize what those things were going to do to us and why. Maybe we forgot about those things. Maybe those things have existed. It doesn't matter whether any of that is true or not. The bottom line is, whatever you are at this moment is because there was a contribution to that which is you. There was a contribution. Consciously there could have been a contribution. Subconsciously there could have been a contribution. To what degree and what about, who knows? But the bottom line is, you're at where you're at. Isn't that true? You are at where you're at. You can at your point and realize, okay, I'm at where I'm at, no matter how much it sucks, no matter how much you want to give in, no matter where you want to go with that. Maybe you don't want to do anything with it. Maybe you want to do a lot with it. Can you? Are you capable? And almost capability has nothing to do with it, because the reality is, you could be very capable. You know how many people are capable of actually doing stuff and they don't do anything about it? You know how many people are capable of actually accomplishing something and they never go to accomplish it? You know how many people are capable of having an opportunity to do something with their life, to make something of themselves, and they don't really do much with that? And they struggle along the way. They try to do their best, or maybe they don't. There's no doubt that you're not the only one, and there's no doubt that there doesn't have to be anyone. Nobody has to be like this. But the reality is, a lot of people are. And there's nothing that's going to be able to change that. Because the only thing that could actually change that is the person experiencing it. That's the only one that could ever change this. Because it really comes down to the truth that we are in charge. As much as we don't want to think we are in charge sometimes, as much as we don't want to be in charge, we wish things were different, we wish we had a different mind, or a different body, or different circumstances, or so-and-so wasn't in our life, we had a different job, or we had more money. There's always a situation we're going to say, I wish we had. But why wish for anything when you have what you have? You have a life. You don't need anything else. And I think that's the problem. I think the problem is, we don't actually take what we actually have. You have this existence. I don't care if you're confined to a bed, if you have some disease and you have some illness, that sucks. Whatever your life circumstance, I'm sure it sucks. There's no comparison here. It doesn't matter if you're going to talk about somebody who has some kind of fatal illness versus someone who's having a hard time at work. Let's compare their lives. Who has it worse? That's ridiculous to even compare. We don't know what someone's experiencing emotionally. We don't know what someone's experiencing mentally. We don't know what anyone's tolerances are. It's ridiculous to say, well, the reason why this one is struggling is because, look at their life circumstance. So this is why they're not struggling. Look at their life circumstance. They have it easy. It's ridiculous. Nobody knows